receivers. We're running the oop-de-oop. No tight ends, no running backs. I want 4 receivers stacked left, Tweeter, you on the right. We're gonna overload their left side, force them to cover Tweeter one-on-one.
And no huddles. What? I'll call the plays from the line. Defense will never know what hit them.
All right, let's go. Come on, break it down. Let's go. 3, 1, 2, 3.
JG about to let y'all know how we rep the Cowboys out here in the DMV.
What up, Cowboys Nation? It's your boy DMV back with another one. And today I'm going to talk about the Cowboys' next offensive coordinator. But I'm not going to talk about it like everybody else is thinking. Or maybe it is what everybody else is thinking. But I'm going to break it down a different way. So when I looked at an article that John Mitchell, the staff writer of Dallas Cowboys, or Dallas News, wrote, it said that, it gave out 5 possible candidates, and then at the end of the article it talked about how Tony Romo and Jason Witten wouldn't be considered, or how it's not happening. Then I read another article about why Tony Romo would not be the Cowboys offensive coordinator, or why it's such a far-fetched idea. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to refute that, and I'm going to touch on why it is possible. Okay, the first thing I wanted to look up was the money aspect of it and how much the average commentator or analyst makes. And from what I looked up, about $1 million a season. The top level people at that position make about $5 million, as you can see right here in the article. And then what I really wanted to look at was what the market was, because see, ESPN made a really aggressive offer to Jason Witten to get him out off of the field and into the booth, and they offered him about in between $4 to $5 million. So we know that around that range is where Romo is making. I've read maybe $5 to $10 million, but I'm not necessarily sure. But one thing that I was able to look up is that Josh McDaniels is the highest paid coordinator in the game right now. I mean, he did have skins on the wall as a coordinator, but hear me out. Because if a team wants you bad enough, they can make concessions. And guess what? Coaches' books don't go against the salary cap. So if you have deep pockets as an owner and you really want somebody, you can make some things happen. And if the Cowboys really want to make Tony Romo an offer, they can. They have the pockets to do so. And they're paying McDaniels like a head coach, a first-year head coach. But not saying that they're going to do that. This is all hypothetically speaking, right? This is all hypothetically speaking. If they wanted to offer Romo maybe $4 million a year to do this, they very well could. And it would seem far-fetched, being that he's never had any coach's experience. But I want you guys to listen to what Bryce Butler had to say about Romo's input on the offense when he was the Cowboy coach, or the Cowboys quarterback, sorry. Back on January 11th of 2018, Bryce Butler did interviews on Undisputed and on The Herd, and this is what he had to say. Tony Romo was the guy that installed the plays during the meetings, during the week. He talked about all that stuff when I first got there. I had never seen nothing like that. When I left Oakland, Derek Carr was a second-year quarterback. He was a kid, and my rookie year was Terrell Pryor, so he wasn't calling the plays. So when I first got to Dallas, when I saw all the input that Tony was telling us, I was like, dang, this is crazy. The coach ain't really coaching. And that's where I go to refute any of the points saying that, these guys don't have any coaching experience. I remember watching All or Nothing and Sean Lee running the defensive side of the meetings. If that was true in how Romo was with the offense, then I think that he is more than a viable candidate at the offensive coordinator position. Now, it just depends on how much money you be able to offer him or how much you want him. But the last time that Romo was installing the plays and putting things in, 2016, the offense was like a well-oiled machine. That was probably the last time that we really questioned play calling or the play types or all of that type of stuff. So just keep this in mind, guys. I know that a lot of people are saying that Tony Romo is such a far-fetched idea, but just know that the Joneses can make anything happen that they want to with their checkbook. And if they want to go out and make this type of offer to Tony Romo, guess what? His money's off the books as a player. But if they truly believe that he has the knowledge and the insight to get Dak where Dak needs to be, where the offense can be a little bit more flexible, the offense could be more of a how do I say it? More of an in-tuned machine, then Tony Romo could very well be your guy if pride is a thing with him. And I can tell you with the guy who used to try and hit PGA Tour cuts all the time. Pride is definitely there for him. And for a guy that never won a ring, could that be a driving force as to getting him out of the booth and as an offensive coordinator? But let me know what you guys think. This is just hypothetical talk. There was no real facts laid out. This is just speculation, and this is just something that I was thinking and saying that it's not that far-fetched of an idea. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, hit subscribe, and hit that bell each time I come out with content. All right, peace.
JG about to let y'all know how we rep the Cowboys out here in the DMV. Hey, now how they do? Touch.